Welcome back, and today we are going to continue with our exploration of deep water mathematics. And yesterday I had gone over some basic system equations which essentially define the nature of a point. I want to explore that a little bit more today to get into the fourfold fullness that arises from a point. So when we talked about the equations that define the nature of a point, let me just go over these very quickly. So we had, first of all, omnipresence, and the idea here was that across any time-space area, which is the area between a time-space boundary, the initial 0 and a time-space boundary n, there is a presence that would take any opportunity for this movement from a physical leading orientation to a vital leading orientation to occur, or from a vital leading orientation to a mental leading orientation to occur. So this is the nature of the point. This presence exists everywhere, and always there's this dynamic to seize on any opportunity to make this progressive movement from the physical leading to the vital, or from the vital leading to the mental leading. We had talked about another property of the point, omnipower, and we had depicted that as being such that there is a power present in the point that is greater than the sum of all kinds of resistances that might arise in any single journey, or the cumulative journeys that occur within a time-space boundary n. And we had depicted this as being the sum from an initial time-space point to an area time-space n, and that summation or aggregation was the product of all resistances that might arise physically or vitally or mentally. And we had talked about an omniscience, which is such that under any area time-space n, there is a knowledge that leverages instrumentation and circumstance of the physical, vital, or mental nature. So physical instrumentation and circumstance, vital instrumentation and circumstance, mental instrumentation and circumstance, so as to bring about this basic shift from the physical orientation leading to the vital orientation leading, or the vital orientation leading to the mental orientation leading. And we had also talked about this property of omniloving, which is also true across the time-space field, so from 0 to n, and is such that there's this remarkable shift that continues to occur from basically a negative orientation, so physical negative leading, vital negative orientation leading, mental negative orientation leading, to a positive orientation, so physical positive orientation leading, vital positive orientation leading, mental positive orientation leading, and so on, which indicates this reality of love. So when we talked about these fourfold equations, or these four equations, this really defines the possibility or the potential of a point. And as we expand out this notion of this point that exists everywhere in this time-space continuum, so everything that we see, everything, all organizational entities of any kind, no matter how small or how large, have behind them this presence, this point that has within it this fourfold presence. Now, if we expand out this fourfold presence, and here the emphasis is to come up with some quote-unquote mathematical equations. And so we look at that transformation that occurs from the realm of a point to the realm of some kind of more tangible fullness, which I've earlier depicted in the non-mathematical interpretation that I had begun with as this fourfoldness bound by omnipresence, omnipower, omniscience, and omniloving. And here what I do is I now look at the equation, if you will, which characterizes each of these sides of fullness in more practical terms. So, for instance, omnipresence may be thought of as a set that has many different possibilities in it, and some of these that are tangible are things like its incredible sense of service, in that the possibility exists everywhere for this shift to occur, this sense of perfection, this incredible sense of diligence, of perseverance, and so on. So it's a set of those kinds of parameters or properties that are part of this notion of omnipresence. Similarly, omnipower can be thought of as a set of possibilities of the nature of power, courage, adventure, justice, and so on. And omniscience can be thought of as this set that has properties such as knowledge, wisdom, the laying down of large laws that define things, the urge to really see knowledge arise everywhere, so there's this rain of knowledge, or the penetration so that the deepest secrets may be revealed, or incredible synthesis, and so on. So these are all aspects of that omniscience. And the omniloving may be defined as a set that has in it parameters such as love, compassion, harmony, relationship, and so on. So what we're trying to do here is expand out this mathematics of the point, which has within it this incredible fourfold fullness. And at one level, this fourfold fullness is such that we have here some approximate equations that, in a sense, define things behind the scene. And here we have a translation that we've just gone through. And in this translation or transformation, we take that implicit possibility in a point and try and define equations as these sets, whereby we see what's implicit in the point coming out more explicitly to create the organizational forces that are responsible for structure of every kind. Now the next time what we'll do is we'll go through a further transformation to look at how some of these forces or this fourfold fullness appears more visibly.